Here is a man, though, who is not a Muni. He's Gopal Krishna Goswami, and he is the head of the Hare Krishnas in Canada and in India. Now, Gopal, what do I call you? Gopal?
Yeah, that's okay. Gopal Krishna Swami or Gopal Krishna Maharaj.
Are you an honest-to-goodness guru?
Yes, a guru means one who gives spiritual guidance. So that is my business, to give spiritual guidance to society.
I see. And you really, all the Krishnas are really cop-outs. You take no part in the practical life of the country. You merely go around dressed in your saffron robes, chanting and selling things.
I would like to say that the people like you are cop-outs. In other words, the natural position of the living entity is to serve God. So when one doesn't serve God, he becomes a cop-out.
I see.
In fact, I think we're looking at things the other way around.
I thought that Krishna consciousness came from India. Are all your followers in Western Canada non-Indians?
I would say 99%.
But any time I meet them now,
I would say 99% of our congregation around the world outside India consists of people from that part of the world.
I kind of like you. You're a nice guy. You're only 37. But every time I meet any of your followers, such as the two you have with you this morning, they all seem rather glazed and brainwashed. Is Hare Krishna a method of brainwashing people into abject serfdom and slavery?
Actually, I'd like to correct your understanding. We don't brainwash people. In fact, from the very birth, the media and the educational system, the society, the relatives, brainwash the living entity to forget his relationship with God.
True.
So what we are doing actually is just helping undo that brainwashing by presenting the real truth to the individual.
All right, if I become a Hare Krishna, I must accept Krishna consciousness, I must understand it, I must give up all material things, I must take a vow of poverty, and I must stand around in the streets chanting Hare, Hare, Hare.
You don't have to stand on the streets.
But you do it all the time.
Not all of us.
You block the traffic on the streets.
We
you behave abominably on the streets.
No, we don't block the traffic. When was the last time you saw traffic jammed due to our chanting?
Gone to the Hudson Bay.
When? Did the traffic get blocked?
No, but you can't even walk by the corner without being pestered by people in
not anymore.
saffron robes.
Not anymore. In fact, when we are out on saffron robes by Hudson's Bay, we're giving people away free literature. Who is standing in downtown Vancouver and giving out free literature?
The Watchtower and the Krishna.
They don't give it free. They request a donation, but we give our literature free.
Now,
and we are also distributing cookies free.
You're giving away cookies free?
Sure.
Tell me this, though. Do you have some relationship to the Munis, Sun Young Moon, who has built up a massive multi-billion-dollar empire selling things?
We have no relationship with him or his philosophy at all.
What do you think of the Munis?
Our relationship is with the Supreme Lord Krishna. We follow the Vedic scriptures that has its roots in India. Regarding the Munis, we do not think it's a bona fide movement. It's not based upon authentic scriptures. Religion has to be based upon a bona fide scripture. Scriptures defined as the words of God.
All right, now how do you get me into the Munis? And tell me how you brainwash me so that I will accept this poverty and this humble existence in a material society.
We don't want to brainwash you. We would just wish that the brainwashing that you've experienced from your birth is freed. That's all.
No.
We don't want to brainwash you. We want to present the truth. We don't run commercials of the commercials like you do, trying to brainwash people to buy a product. We are just humbly begging people to understand the real reality.
That's another thing. You beg on the streets. You beg at the airports. I've seen you begging and begging and begging.
When did you see us last begging on the streets?
In the last few years, I must have approached a dozen times.
You have the Vancouver Sun article in front of you.
But I don't believe what I read in the Vancouver Sun.
Okay, fine.
You tell me.
Okay.
Have you stopped begging on the streets?
Yes, we have.
Finished?
Yes, we have.
Do you sell pamphlets on the streets?
No, we don't. We give away pamphlets now because our sources of deriving income now have improved. We have a very wide congregation that gives us donations. Many members of our society do professional assignments, and our society is maturing and growing day by day. Even in Canada.
Interesting point. Donations. If I am employed materially and Hare Krishna, how much of my income must I give to you? What is the tithe?
There's no minimum. There's no maximum. It
10%.
all depends. It all depends upon one's realization.
But I must tithe what income I have to your society.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The members of our society donate on a voluntary basis. There's no compulsion.
How much pocket money do they get?
Who?
Your people who live in your communes.
They don't get a penny as pocket money. In fact, they have taken a vow of poverty. They've decided to dedicate their whole lives for the propagation of God consciousness, which is the need of the society. You should be using your television to encourage the propagation of God consciousness, because this is the biggest problem in society today.
But somebody's got to work. Somebody's got to build the hospitals. Somebody's got to make the inventions.
Fine, go ahead and...
Somebody's got to supply the services. You take all the advantages, but you do nothing practically to help society.
In fact, we take all the advantages and we are rendering the biggest gift to society, giving them God consciousness, giving them the process by which they can realize peace, the process by which they can become happy. The problem in society, take for example Vancouver or any society, everything good is on the decline. Everything evil is on the increase. Why? Due to a lack of God consciousness. God or Krishna has to be brought in the center of our life.
You're not suggesting to me, Gopal, that the state of evil in the society is any worse today than it was 100 years ago.
It is. Take for example the government statistics.
The what?
Statistics. The crime rate has gone up now compared to 100 years ago?
Depends who does the statistics. I could do them again and it would go down by 100 years ago. But tell me this, how many times do heartbroken parents, serious question, come heartbroken, heartbroken,
parents,
broken heart, heartbroken parents come to you and say, for God's sake, free my youngster from your clutches?
You'll be surprised, not too often. And even when they do come and they see how happy the children are, they begin to reconsider